Well, thank you.
Now, you're wearing the bite counter.
Yes.
That's right.
What is it?
The bite counter is a ruler to help people measure how much they eat. We've all had this experience where you go into a restaurant, you order a meal, you sit down, you say to myself, oh, I felt like I ate too much, but you're not really sure. How much did you eat? Or you go over to your friend's house and your friend's a great cook and you go back for a second helping, and at the end of it you say, how many calories did I just eat? And we have no idea. Well, the bite counter is a ruler. It's a tool to help people measure how much they eat.
And it's also a watch?
It's also a
It
watch.
can tell you what time it is.
That's correct.
So you wear it as a watch, but then it plays a double role in your life.
That's correct. It's a watch during the parts of the day when you're not eating, and while you're eating, it's your measurement tool. It's the thing on your wrist to say, here's how much you just ate.
Now, right now, you can't go to a store and buy this, but eventually you will be able to. But what are you doing with it now? It goes to hospitals, to doctors? What?
Yes, that's true. You actually could buy one if you wanted to, but it's really marketed at professionals and researchers right now. It's quite expensive. It's an early device, ready for early adopters. But our target is selling it to professionals and other researchers so that we can better tell people how to use it. So we have a study we have several studies going on at Clemson, but we're also collaborating with a study down at the Medical University of South Carolina, where we're looking at if you reduce your bite count, does it lower the amount you actually eat over time?
That's fascinating. And it looks like a watch from the space age. You'd wear that on a flight to the moon, you know.
Many people have called it a retro watch. Some people have called it looks like a military prototype. It is an early phase device, and it's quite simple. It has just two buttons. The one button is the on and off button. That's what, right now it's in a clock mode. It shows you the time. You press the on button, it's now in the bite count mode. So if I were eating and I was putting food in my mouth and taking bites of food and pausing, it's going to increment this counter as I do that. And it will do it live, so you can look and see what your live bite count is, and when you turn the bite counter off, you can then have a review button where you can go back and say, how many bites did I take in my last session, and it keeps track of how many bites you took in a day as well.
Now, it's important to note, I think people get tired of hearing new fad diets, new restrictions on what you're allowed to eat, what you're supposed to eat, what you're not supposed to eat. This tool doesn't tell people what to eat. That's why we want to get it into the hands of professionals to help them figure out how to tell people what to eat. What this does is measure how much you eat. And it doesn't matter what type of foods you're eating. It's just providing you with the measurements to try and stick to some plan, whatever that diet plan happens to be.